Now at this point, we're going to move on to just looking at the rest of the icons that are on the screen. I think I've hit most everything else in terms of the setup. So we've talked about a number of these icons, but let's just look at some of the other ones. There is the home icon. So maybe you've got some of the menus out and you want to just close the menus. You can either swipe it back or I can just touch the home button. There is the alarm icon. Pulls up the alarm screen. There's a wrench icon. And so under this wrench icon, once again, you're going to find a number of tabs on the left-hand side. And so as we kind of look at these, this is the last short self-test that was done. I can look at the options, and this lets me know of the installed software. Communications, as you're hooking up to certain type of devices, you may decide you need to adjust things. So if you want to hook up to Space Labs, or you want to hook up to Philips monitors, you can adjust those under this area right in here. And then the date and time you can adjust as well. So that's what you can find under the wrench menu. The next one is the log icon that we had already talked about. Manual events. If I want to look under manual events, that's under for our trending application. I'll touch that. And this is a series of things that may have happened with your patient. For example, if they just suctioned your patient, I can just touch the suction button, and that will log a manual event on trending. Elevate FiO2. So sometimes patients need an increase in oxygen percentage when you're actually suctioning them. If you're in a nursery, it might be a very small percentage, but you actually can change what that elevation in FiO2 is, everything from a 1% resolution. So you decide what is that elevation in FiO2. For example, I'll put it maybe at 10% here. I'll hit accept. So as I'm kind of looking at that, I'm going to close this and reopen it again. So now I touch the button and it's going to kind of look, I'm actually on 100%, so we're not really seeing a change there. But my elevated FiO2, I have a timing bar. I can extend the time by just touching the button. I can stop it, or I can close the window. So once again, that purpose for that is just a periodic temporary elevation in FiO2 for certain procedures. I'm going to go ahead and close that window down. And we talked about the camera icon already in terms of capturing everything on the screen. And finally, the question mark button. This one's kind of a neat little button. You can kind of grab that question mark and you can drag it around the screen, let it go, and it'll give you additional information. We call that tooltips. And so question mark will give you more information if you need it. Now I want to mention that as I took that question mark, I'll close that, I can take that question mark around the screen and drop it wherever I want to go. It gives me information. Down in the settings area, you can kind of play around and see where it's going to show you information. But down here, it doesn't actually respond down here. What you have to do to be able to get information on the primary settings area is first touch a setting and then bring that question mark up. And then as you drop it on something, it'll give you that same information. Now another way to access tooltips, just in terms of making easier for you, is you just have a sustained hold on any key. So if I just put my finger on it and it's outlined in blue, it will once again give you information on tooltips.